Hey guys, my name is Balak, and today we're going to be going around UNC Charlotte to ask people about the Holocaust and what they think about it and what they know about the Holocaust. Alright, 3, 2, 1. So we're doing our video projects on the Holocaust, so I just want to ask some questions to you about the Holocaust and see what you know. So my first question is, we've heard about the Holocaust and in movies, books, jokes, but when do you think the Holocaust took place and what is the Holocaust to you? So when is the Holocaust and what is the Holocaust?
I know the Holocaust was all the camps, the gas camps, and a lot of Jews died during that time, and it was definitely not a good period, but I mean, I really don't know a whole lot about it, but I've seen stuff in movies and I do know a little bit, and
it was like a genocide of people, just based upon like prejudice in the 40s.
I would say the Holocaust is just like a point in time where humans were treated as less than and were held captive for being just who they are. Did it happen?
The Holocaust, I mean, in history, it happened in, like, traditionally the one that happened in Germany when it came to what happened to the Jewish and Catholics and the disabled. I guess it happened in World War II. And what it means to me specifically, I mean, it's the genocide of Jewish people, Catholic people, and disabled, and experiments on twins and triplets.
I think it was a time period between 1933 and 1945, and it's Hitler's ascension into power, and then his mass extermination of groups, particular groups like the Jews, homosexuals, anybody who disapproved of Hitler's beliefs.
Because I like how you said it wasn't just Jews, it was the homosexual, gypsies.
They actually identified homosexuals and some other members with like a pink triangle, different colored stars, and they would separate them from other groups inside the camps.
Yeah, and we called them like the degenerates.
Yeah.
So how many people do you think died in the Holocaust?
I would probably say over a couple million, maybe. I really don't know. I don't have a lot of knowledge about it, but I do know a lot of people died.
I went to number one time. I can't remember. It was
You don't have to be so specific. Just give me a general.
a million maybe. Like a million maybe.
A million?
I feel like at least close to millions.
Close to millions?
Yeah, at least. Because it was a lot of lives that were taken.
Yeah, it was.
Probably I know it's in the millions. I would think close to the billions.
Close to billions?
I mean, I could be very wrong, but
A billion's a lot.
a billion's a lot.
Yeah.
I said close, not a billion.
Based on knowing what happened in the Holocaust, how many people do you think died?
11 million.
11 million? Yeah, 11 million. Do you know what's crazy is that the population of the Jewish people before World War II was 17 million. So 6 million
just died.
Yeah. And today we only have 14.5 million Jews in the world. Yeah, and you're actually right. It's like a lot of people, like especially with like the Jewish population.
Yeah.
Like 6 million Jews died.
Wow.
So to put it in perspective, there were 17 million Jews total before World War II. After and today, so 6 million Jews died in World War II. Today there's only 15 million Jews in the world.
Wow.
So we haven't even reached that Jewish number like ever since that time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So like it just goes like how much of an impact it had.
Yeah. Wow. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that we just can't reach that number again.
Yeah. It's sickening.
Yeah.
It's sad that happened.
So knowing all these things, why do you think like the world didn't do anything about it? Like why was the Holocaust going on for so long before we finally took a step?
I want to say just the power of Hitler, the power that he had in Germany, the place that he held. I think that it was also just a part of the timing back then. There was a lot of things happening like that, bad things that happened, and I feel like we weren't there as an entire country yet, or population, to kind of like get together and fight those crimes and those bad things that people were doing back then.
Yeah.
So, and I think we have evolved a lot. I mean, we see a lot of different races and people that stick up for each other and stick up for stuff like that, and I think it's great. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I just think that it was that time back
Yeah.
then where things just were different.
Yeah.
I think they were blind to it. I think Hitler was very genius in hiding the fact. I know he took some camps and he made them look nice. He presented them as nice, and like they were fun camps. Kids running around, they were healthy, well maintained, because the Red Cross came in and examined them, but he hid it very well.
Yeah.
And then I just don't. I know the U.S. was shocked to find out about the camps when they discovered them and liberated the camps.
I think that a lot of the times throughout history, people pretend to care about ethical issues and things like that, but they don't really, and they don't want to fix anything until they have something to gain from it. I think America, whenever there was something to gain from stepping into the Holocaust, that's when we were able to do it. Like when Japan attacked, and that's when we started going into World War II, and then it's just a lot of politics, but it's not, I don't think like our political leaders, especially historically, really cared about other people.
Why do I think they didn't?
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe they didn't know like it was going on or like the start of it, but I don't know, maybe they felt like Germany was just too powerful to be stopped. I don't know. That's a really good question.
I mean, I don't really know. I think that it's possible that a lot of countries didn't actually know what was exactly going on. Like, I feel like it was more, not a rumor, but not something that was like nowadays we pretty much know everything that's going on in other countries, and they didn't really have the same like resources that we did. So I feel like maybe they didn't know.
Yeah, and you're right. And Hitler was really genius, because I remember in our class we learned that Hitler concentration camps, they were portrayed as like these resorts and these like these getaway places that you can just relax at. And all these Jews, they just wanted to go. And then when they got there, they're like, "Oh crap, this isn't what we thought it is."
Not at all.
And then they just cut off all communications between them and the rest of the world. So yeah, and I think another big important thing was that like people did know, but like they were still shocked of World War I. They didn't want to make a repeat of World War I to happen.
Yeah, they didn't want to go back to Europe and make matters worse.
Yeah. How do you think the Holocaust has impacted like the world today?
I think it has. It definitely has a bad view on it. I mean, I would guess that Jewish are still a little hesitant about Germans and that population, that race, and I just think it has impacted us to where we today, like I said, we are fighting those bad things that are going on in different countries and stuff like that. And so I think it's kind of made us a little more collective as a group, and in terms of going out and kind of stopping those things. So
I think our eyes are more wide open. I think we examine things and we look for the signs that point to dictatorships and hatred. I'm not too familiar with what Syria is going through right now, but I do know that there's a mass genocide occurring in the Middle Eastern side of the world right now. And I just think if we don't do something about it and we don't get involved, I mean, I know we're taking in refugees, but we can only take in so much because this our national security, we got to protect ourselves first. But if we're not careful, we can repeat the Holocaust, and we can start losing a lot more people than we want, and then we'll feel guilty because we didn't step in when we had the chance. So I think it's our eyes are wide open, but we're more cautious.
For life saving.
I think that it has caused like people to be like more conscious of things that are going on in the world today. Like we don't want to have a repeat of this, and so people are more they take more precaution before, and I think other countries are more active in just knowing what other countries are doing, and other groups of people are developing and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's a good question. I feel like I guess in a positive way, it's just like showing us how to be more human, like how to not treat people like as less than us because what they look like or who they are is like different from us. And then also it's I don't know, I guess it just helps people become more accepting and realizing like we don't have to draw these boundaries and like we don't have to I don't know, we don't have to oppress people because of how they look or what their beliefs are.
That's really inspirational. Thank you. Yeah.
It's definitely still talked about. Oh God, I don't know. I have to think about this. It's affect their lives today. I mean, they always say like you learn from the past, and like the reason we need to know about history is the fact that we have to learn from past people's mistakes. So like the whole genocide and judging people based on the religion, I feel like we as a country and society have grown from that even without actually knowing that we have.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you on that. Everything you said. In my way, like how it has impacted us is so do you know about the international humanitarian laws?
I do not.
So do you know what war crimes are?
I do.
Yeah, so I think because of what happened during World War II, it has affected our international humanitarian laws. Because like today, it's like it's illegal to like torture your prisoners. Like if you have prisoners, you have to keep them fed with water and food.
Yeah.
It's illegal to like kill civilians who were in like a part of the war or like people who are unable to fight. So I think part of like the Holocaust has impacted us, you know, in a way where today we see that.
Yeah.
So
I would agree.
So if you were trying to learn more about the Holocaust and trying to get a better understanding of it, like how would you do it?
Books and the internet, I guess. I mean, I have seen movies, and I know movies aren't always 100% spot on with the truth and the facts that actually occurred, but that's kind of where I'd fill in the blanks with the internet and just reading stuff like that and getting more exposure to the knowledge of that time period and what had happened back then.
Yeah. And if you wanted just to learn more about the Holocaust, there's this class at UNCC. It's called History of the Holocaust. It's a liberal studies class taught by Professor Ortbach. She's a really sweet lady, and she's really passionate about the Holocaust. So you could always go there.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I would really appreciate that.
Yeah. So.
I do think we need, even though it didn't happen here, I think we need a national day to sit down and really focus our attention towards that. And I would also go as far as say is like, you know, we need to spread the word about like the Holocaust classes, because I'm sure not a lot of students know about them. I'm pretty sure a lot of students don't even know that's something you can minor in, or at least major in. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but there's history there, and I think it's our duty to remember that history and keep it alive, because I mean it's a significant time span. It's like 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
And I mean that's a lot.
Yeah. There's a lot of happening.
Oh yeah, I mean we have the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C.
Yeah. And I definitely agree with you. I think it would really educate the people. We have a day specifically for the Holocaust, kind of like how we have a day for 9/11. We have a day specifically for the Holocaust, And if you're ever interested in taking the Holocaust class, it's a liberal studies class called History of the Holocaust, and it's with Professor Ortebog, and she's a great professor. And based on this interview, you told me she would love to have you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite classes in high school, and it stuck with me forever. I mean, I was intrigued by it from the start.
Yeah.
I think people just have to. The information's out there. You just have to go find it. You know, it's on the internet. There's different books, documentaries on Netflix, any streaming site. There's tons of books in the library. You know, if you want to find out more about the Holocaust, then you should actively pursue that.
Honestly, I don't really know much resources from UNCC, but I do know Google's always a great place to look.
Yeah.
I guess like I'm not sure if like history classes talk about it, but that would be like another good way of like learning information and stuff like that about the Holocaust.
Yeah, if you are interested in Holocaust history class, I am in the history class right now. It's a liberal
cool.
studies called History of the Holocaust, and it's with Professor Ortebog. And she doesn't go through like the whole history, but she goes into like the understanding and experiencing what people felt throughout the Holocaust. If you're ever interested, that's over there. Did you know that UCC has a department of like for genocide, Holocaust?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
The whole department.
Yeah. Do you think we should have like like a memorial somewhere?
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Just to like dedicate something to those people.
And you can have like a those boards with like more info about it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because I don't know like a lot about the Holocaust, so that would definitely be helpful to people who also don't know a lot.
Yeah.
I guess we should probably have more like seminars and lectures about what happened, because especially our generation isn't as aware, besides what we've learned in like class and textbooks, especially in high school, I feel like maybe. And there aren't that many survivors left, like they're slowly passing away, so I feel like maybe we should grab at those kind of opportunities. Like I know recently there was a Holocaust survivor that came here, so maybe try to do more of that.
So, thank you for watching the video. Based on what we interviewed today, there seems like a lot of people do know about the Holocaust, not about the specific details and its big impacts. They did know about what happened and what Germany did, and it seems like they're very literate on what happened in the past. But it seems that we can work a little bit better to know about the major impacts of how the Holocaust has impacted our lives today. So if you guys are interested about the Holocaust, UNCC does provide a Holocaust class, and they also have a department specifically for Holocaust, genocide, and survivor studies. So, yeah, thank you for watching.